Hello and good morning, everyone from Toronto. It's a warm morning today and a very warm welcome to you. If you are new here, we are a Toronto based licensed citizenship and immigration consulting firm headed by me, Amir Ismail, and I'm an authorized representative. I've been assisting clients in their immigration matters since 1991. So it has been a long journey, a very rewarding journey where I've been able to assist 25,000 applicants in their journey to Canada. They became Canadian citizens or temporary residents through our assistance, and it has been a pleasure and honor assisting all of you. We arrange these information sessions on regular basis, mostly on Friday, and we take live question and answers. We try to answer everyone to the best of our abilities. And we also have a giveaway today. Once again, we started this giveaway option, and it has been really very, it has been appreciated, and people are always excited to take part because with this giveaway, you can win a one-on-one consultation with me, and I'll show you what you need to do. You need to enter hashtag AIA in order to be able to win this consultation. And we had so far two giveaways in the last 2 weeks, and we had a winner. So hopefully we can have a winner today that we will proceed to then have as our consultation client soon. Okay. Okay, so someone, let me recognize people, acknowledge people very, very quickly for you, and then we will take your questions right away. So let me just remove this. So hashtag AIA, I'm going to show it during the course of the um, meeting today so that you can use it. So let me see, and please tell us where are you joining us from. We have Zulfikar saying, as usual, he is live but never come. So I don't know what he's trying to say, but I am, if you're talking about me, I am live and I have come. Okay, and then Fazan Rashid is saying where I don't know what he's saying. And Tabina Habib has joined us from Facebook. Thank you, Tabina. You've been a regular. Thank you very much. Salahuddin Khan, thank you for joining us. Altaf Abbasi is joining us from YouTube. Good morning to you too. Fazan has joined us. Good to see you too, Fazan. Thank you for joining us. Salahuddin Khan is asking something, and we are going to start taking questions very, very, very soon. Let me just quickly show you the screen where you could see that people have started using hashtag AIA for the purpose of, so we already have 15 entries. So this is going, this is populating very, very quickly. So let's see. Okay, so we have Sabina, thank you very much. Imran Farooq, thank you for joining us. Liaquat has kindly tagged Mueed, thank you. And Sakina is asking a question. So we're going to start taking questions just in a minute. Let me just quickly browse through who else has joined us today. Okay, so we will be joined by our general manager, Toronto office, Faria, as well. And we would also be joined by our manager legal, Risha. She has also taken the charge of Director of Client Services recently. and they'll be participating in this show today, and they'll also be answering some of your questions. Okay, so we have people joining us from Karachi, KSA. We have Anusha joining us from Kishna. She has been a regular too. Thank you, Anusha, for always being around whenever we are online. Islamabad, Pakistan, several people. So I may not be able to acknowledge everyone today because I believe people would start asking. They're expecting us to respond to their questions. Questions have already started pouring in, so we'll take questions. Perfect. Dilsha is saying from Pakistan, and she's trying for immigration. Yes, that's wonderful. It's a good decision. Okay, so you're not reading it. I'm trying to read everyone, Shiraz. I'm trying to read everyone, and that see, I noticed you, right? And Fizan is saying he's seeking guideline for immigration. Yeah, we'll be happy to assist. Okay, so let's jump into questions, and let me bring in our general manager Faria from Toronto.
Hello, how are you today?
How is it going?
Good, lovely weather in Toronto.
It is. And we have lots of people joining us today, and
Yeah,
they
it's
all
great.
are participating in our uh, giveaway, which is a consultation, one consultation, immigration consultation
Mm-hmm.
with us. And they are entering hashtag AIA. So I hope to
It's
see.
popularizing really fast.
It is fun, right?
Mm.
It's good. Let me also bring in Rija, our manager legal from Toronto. Hi,
Hi
Rija.
everyone, how are you guys?
We are doing great. Thank you for sparing your precious time and out of your busy schedule.
No problem. Thank you for keeping us busy.
That's right. Okay, so let me start with the very first question, and as we proceed, I'm gonna keep on acknowledging you because I believe there's so many people who left the messages. So, but let's start with the first question.
Okay, Sakina BB here is asking requirements for applying for immigration in Canada.
Okay, so immigration, of course, there are different categories. So we don't know which category you will be qualifying in because we don't know the basic details. There are basically two ways people come to Canada as skilled workers or business immigrants. You could have business ownership or senior management experience. You may have net worth, and you may be interested in establishing a business in Canada. You could qualify as a business person under business categories. There are several categories in which people can migrate as business people. Um, you could also qualify as a skilled worker, and it will depend on your age, educational qualification, work experience, and language skills. So provide us your details in the form of a CV. We have an assessment form available on our website. It's a free assessment form. You can complete it, and you can provide us information about your age, educational qualification, work experience, and we can get back to you within 2 business days with our opinion. So please go ahead and complete it. We'll be happy to assist you. Salahuddin Khan, thank you very much. Furkan Ali has joined us. So let's take another question from someone from LinkedIn.
Okay, so it says, hope you're doing good. I have questions regarding, I have applied for one open work permit for Ontario region, but it's for 2 years. Just wanted to ask if we can extend more or we can apply for PR after permit is expired.
Yeah, so it basically depends on your situation. If you are in Ontario and the permit was 2 years, then you have to extend it, of course. If it is an open work permit, naturally you cannot extend an open work permit. Depending on the situation, if you've already applied for a PR, you might be able to apply for a bridging open work permit. in order for you to be able to remain in status. Otherwise, you have to maintain your status. You have to stop working as soon as your work permit expires. And unless you have the authorization or you are in implied status, I would recommend that you get in touch with our team for a formal opinion based on your circumstances, and we can provide you. There will be a solution to your situation. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and see what else do we have. People are commenting with hashtag AIA, which will get you a free consultation. We're going to run the giveaway very, very soon. So another question here.
Okay, so we have a lead image asking, sir, is it difficult for new immigrants to settle down in Canada in terms of cost of living and earnings, etc.?
Yeah, so when you come to Canada as a new immigrant, you are expected to bring settlement funds with you. That means you are required to bring enough money with you so that that can support you and your family for your initial settlement. When you come to Canada, basically it is based on the fact that Canadian government believes that you would be able to establish yourself successfully in Canada, economically in Canada, and you have the skills and educational qualification that would allow you to gain permanent residence here in this country. So when you come to Canada, of course, initially you might not have a job. You will be looking for suitable accommodation. There'll be initial expenses that you will be making from your own pocket. So naturally, it will be a financial burden on you. Canadian government allows permanent residents and citizens to access welfare, right? But if everyone would start accessing welfare the moment they arrive here, it would be a very big burden on the public system. So that is why Canadian government would ask people to bring in at least 6 months expense with them. And in those 6 months, you would be looking for a job and establish, excuse me. And if you don't, God forbid, succeed in finding a job, that doesn't mean that you would be in a fix. Yes, you will be, of course, facing a lot of financial hardship, but you can always access the welfare system. No one wants to access welfare system because that is actually not something that's going to earn you a lot of money. It's basically going to assist you during a transition period while you're looking for a job. So it's a welfare country. That's why you don't really have to worry about food and shelter and money to live your day-to-day life. But naturally, every immigrant who comes here is not looking for welfare. He's looking for a job. And eventually, when you find the job, you can be off the welfare. So basically, I haven't seen any of my clients going for welfare. Maybe some of them, but I've seen them succeeding because all the clients we deal with, they are qualified, they are engineers, doctors, accountants, and they do find it difficult to establish initially because they have to do licensing, they have to go for exams, certifications. Some of them have to improve their educational qualifications, get a degree, improve their language skills, build their network here. So all these things takes time. But I've seen 2-3 years down the road, they are on the ladder of success. They are climbing high. So hopefully that would be the case for you. And if you would be interested in involving us in your journey to Canada, it would be such a pleasure to have you. Okay? Hope that answers the question. Okay, so more people are coming in with hashtag AIA. Wonderful, great. Fizan, I've just answered your question. And you have also entered our giveaway today. So hopefully, I wish you best of luck to win that. And let's see if you have, yeah, I've already acknowledged These people, I guess, people are joining us from Lahore as well today. That's wonderful. Lots of people from Karachi today. I see some people from Saudi Arabia as well. Okay, let's take another question.
So Altaf Abbasi is saying NOC 7265 welder and welding machine operator or NOC 6221 technical sales representative. 37 years of age, 11 years of experience, BCom, 6 speech IELTS. What would be the opportunity?
Okay, so when it comes to making assessments, of course, it is difficult to make an assessment in a live session, but I can see that you have technical sales experience. You're losing significant points in the age factor. Points start declining, or they start deducting points from age 30. So because you're 37, you have lost a lot of points. Secondly, you have a BCom, which I'm assuming is a 2 years bachelor's degree, which also doesn't get you, I would say, competitive points, unless someone who is a 4 years bachelor's or 3 years bachelor's degree holder or a master's degree holder. So you're losing out points on those factors. And also, you have 6 bands in IELTS, which is the minimum requirement to enter express entry pool or apply for a provincial nomination, but it still is not very competitive. So it looks like a not very competitive case, but because you are into technical sales, you might be in demand in one of the provincial programs. And we can see Saskatchewan's occupation in demand. We need to explore. I'm not too sure if your occupation is there or not, but if it is there, then we can look into the possibility of applying into it through our Saskatchewan authorized representative, and he can assist you with that. So complete our assessment form on our website. It's a free assessment, and we'll see what more information would we need from you to make an assessment. Okay. Okay, so Gawani, please complete our assessment form, and we'll be happy to assist you. We'll need to know further details about you. Summer, thank you very much for joining us today. If you are the same Summer I assisted 20 years ago, and if you are in Australia, welcome, and I wish you best of luck. And if you are the same, please get in touch with us. We'll be happy to know your success story. Okay, Shiraz. Okay, that same comment I've already read, I guess, and we've already responded. Thank you, Ali, for joining us. Thank you, Sheikh Nasir. Harun Khan, thank you very much for joining us. Okay, so let's see what else we can do here. Okay, so let's take another question.
Okay, so we have a LinkedIn user asking if you're not in Canada and buy some business in Canada, like a grocery store approximately, Canadian dollars worth, I guess that's what they're saying, $60,000. So with option, can we apply for some visa as we are holding businesses in Canada? I believe they're trying to say that what if you were to operate a business in Canada for approximately $60,000? So what kind of options do we have?
Right. So, so basically, what he's trying to say, what I have understood, is that they are outside Canada. They are not in Canada. What if they buy a business while sitting outside Canada? And once they have bought the business, once they have the ownership of the business, can they then apply for a visa category that caters to foreign nationals who are outside Canada and have invested, say, $60,000? So the thing is, there are immigration programs that you have to apply for, right?
Yeah.
Buying a business is, of course, allowed. You can buy a business, you can buy a property in Canada as a foreign national. That is totally legal, and you can do that. But it doesn't give you the privilege of becoming a permanent resident or apply for a visa. Yes, you can apply for a visa as a visitor, saying that, yes, I have a business, I'm an owner of this business, I have opened the business while sitting outside, I want to come to Canada and operate that business as an owner manager. So that could lead to you getting a, say, work permit situation. Or you can come on a temporary basis, saying that I want to visit and just manage my business, but it doesn't qualify you to become a permanent resident. For permanent resident, there are programs for entrepreneurs where you apply for these entrepreneur programs, and you present a business plan. It is evaluated. You tell the processing officer that you have the capacity, capability, ability to establish a business in Canada. You have sufficient net worth as well, which is usually required to be in the vicinity of around $500,000. And then you are required to invest at least $200,000 in your own business when you come to Canada. And that amount varies from province to province. So once you present that proposal, and if that proposal is accepted, you are then allowed to come to Canada on a conditional basis that you will establish the business, you will put your plan into practice. And when you prove that you have indeed established the business and hired Canadians in your business, then only you are nominated for permanent residence. So, yes, there could be possibilities for you to come to Canada on a temporary status to look after your own business, but we need to explore more. Okay. So, get in touch with our team in Toronto and we'll be happy to assist. Okay. Let's take another question from this time from Tabina, regular.
So Tabina is asking, sir, can you please explain if the study permit has been rejected once on the basis of not having strong family ties in your home country, can we apply again? Although all required documents have been provided in the application and my family resides in my home country.
Right. So, student visa, of course, the visa officer is looking at your documentation and your intention. So they are in a sort of best position to make a decision whether they consider you a genuine student or not. And unfortunately, they refuse a lot of people who are even genuine. They're genuinely interested in studying in Canada. They want to study, they want to gain a degree, they want to go back to their home country and use that degree, utilize that qualification in their home country. But they somehow believe that you will not. And sometimes the visa officer is not to blame, it's actually the documentation, the way it is presented to the officer. A lot of documents, a lot of things are left to the guesswork of the visa officer. We somehow assume that the visa officer is gonna just understand all by himself. He's gonna just look into the documentation and just make out which document is about what is the context of the information provided. So you have to be very, very careful. We have to be precise. You have to explain everything in your cover letter. Help the officer make a decision. Sometimes this is the case, although we do understand that there are cases where you have provided everything, you have explained everything, but still there is a refusal. In that case, we recommend that, and in fact, all cases where people are reapplying, and we've seen people reapplying and then getting approved in the next attempt. But we always recommend that we access the visa officer's notes. We call them GCMS notes, the Global Case Management System, and the officers use to record all the decisions, all the information about clients. So we access that, we read them, we try to reach to the actual cause of that refusal, and we try to address them. We call them disabusing the concerns of the officer. So those concerns, of course, they are written in the refusal letter, but those letters are like pre-printed. They just tick mark the reasons that you don't have family ties, you don't seem to be a genuine student. But we really need to know the actual observation of the officer. Once that is determined, we make a new application, and this time around we try to address those concerns. If nothing has changed in your profile, if everything seems to be the same and there are no additional documents you can provide or information you can provide that could avert the previous decision, or that could result in a favorable decision the next time, we tell you. But yes, it is really difficult to actually determine the outcome of a temporary residence application, such as a visitor visa or a student visa. And unfortunately, some countries suffer more in terms of visa refusals. If you're coming from an SDS country, and if your country is in the list now, maybe the chances would increase, because some countries have been added recently, right? So this could be the way forward. Okay, so let's take another question today.
Okay, so Afrasiab, sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, is asking what is the chances criteria and requirements for 36-year-old Bibit Hans?
It is
9 years.
BBT, I guess, on the Bachelor of Business.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
On,
we say it differently here, so I wasn't able to recognize. Sorry
yeah,
about that.
honors.
9 years in digital marketing, married, and 2 kids. So, let's see.
Okay. So yeah, so basically, we need to make an assessment. You can do so on your own as well on the website. So there are online calculators. You can see what points are you getting. The most reliable would be the Canadian government's website, cic.gc.ca. You can make your assessment and you can see where do you stand in terms of points. If you approach my company, my staff is going to take into account the details thoroughly, because we are not online calculators, right? We are live people. We make an assessment personally. We look into your CV, your job description, your dates of employment. We place you in correct occupational category. We select for you the correct National Occupation Classification Code. We see which occupation, because people might have more than one occupations, right? So we select the best occupation that can be nominated as your primary occupation. We also look into other details, like things that can lead to a refusal: settlement funds, background security issues, medical issues. So we take a 360-degree view of your application. We see which program, which provincial program, which federal program best suits you, then give you the opinion, and then leave the decision on you, whether you wish to proceed further or not. All this comes with a no obligation free assessment. You complete our assessment form, we provide you an opinion. If there is a consultation needed, which is because we want to discuss your case in detail to be able to finalize our assessment, we would advise you. Otherwise, we give you an opinion, and if you wish to proceed further, we will be on board with you, and hopefully we can add you to our list of 25,000 clients we have served in the past 30 years. Okay. So again, a reminder, we have the giveaway, and the giveaway is a one-on-one consultation. If you enter hashtag AIA, you can enter in the draw. That's going to happen shortly. And let me show you the screen. How is it going? Let's see. Let's see where do we stand in terms of people participating in our giveaway tool. So we have so far 20 entries. So not a very fierce competition today, I would say. Last time we have around 50 plus people. So this time around, your chances of winning is actually quite high. So do enter in the draw. Okay, so let's proceed further. Let's take a few more questions right here. Okay, so let's see.
Okay, so Altaf Abbasi wants to know certification from, how do you say this?
TRACCERT
TRACCERT could be assessed or not.
Okay, so certifications are usually not considered in if your question is about educational credential assessment. It might not be, although it is very useful to have international certification, and it is helpful in you securing a job and furthering your career. These are specialized certifications, but that won't get you any points as such. Okay, so I don't think that it will be taken into account. And thank you for participating in our giveaway as well. Homa has also joined. Okay, so let's take another question here.
Okay, so Mohammed Akram saying, I am internal auditor and 43 years old. Have 16 years education with CIA certification and not taken IELTS exam.
Right. Akram, thank you very much for joining us today. You have a commendable profile. You have a very long career in auditing field, and good educational qualification as well with international certifications. But unfortunately, you're losing significant number of points in the age factor. That means you are basically um, uh, targeting, or you will be targeting, the provincial programs. Um, Provinces such as Alberta, Saskatchewan, Prince Edward Island, these provinces select people. And there, of course, there also you might be losing some points. But we have seen people within the age bracket of 40 to 45 or even more get regular invites from provinces. So your best bet would be provincial option, and I would encourage you to explore that, because you don't really have any other option other than those provinces. The federal option is quite competitive. The ranking score is very high, and usually younger applicants make it because age plays a very vital role. It get it makes you lose a lot of points as soon as you turn 30, right? So that is something that you need to take into account. Okay, so we have a lot of questions coming in, and let's see. Okay, let's see. We have more questions coming in. 16-year experience. Okay, so let's take another question from Ahmad Malik, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, Ahmed Malik is saying, I'm Ahmed Malik, got equivalency of double bachelor's from WSBMP and PGMP, certified 14 plus years of experience, 37 years of age.
Yeah, Ahmad. So I would ask you to follow the same course we follow here at AIA. You will be completing our assessment form. We'll get back to you, but I'm assuming that you are an informed client. You understand what are your ranking points. You have done your educational credential yourself as well. So I'm assuming you already know where do you stand. But you might be interested in exploring maybe the provincial options, because at age 37 you will be losing a lot of points, right? So your total score would not be, it would be under 400. I'm not too sure about the exact ranking points at the moment because we don't have the calculator right in front of us. But it is, of course, can be seen that you're losing points. In that case, the only option is provincial option. And a provincial option, although it's there, it's legitimate. A lot of people get selected, but it's still not a guarantee, right? So we have to look into it. And if you are interested in exploring it further, I would recommend that you go for a direct consultation booking. Or if you win a free consultation today, that would be your lucky day, right? And you know what you need to do. You need to just put hashtag AIA. Okay. Okay, let's move forward, and we have another question coming in. Boy, there's one more question. So, what is we better start charging you?
So we have Walid Ahmed here asking one more question, sir, and it relates to recent attacks on Muslims and Pakistani families. How has it impacted the social security of Pakistani community there?
Okay, so when you say attacks, so there are no attacks. There has been one attack that was very, very unfortunate. It did happen, and everyone recognized that racism, Islamophobia it exists everywhere, including Canada. Yes, there have been no multiple attacks, but even one attack is enough to devastate a community. And that is exactly what it did. It devastated a community, it shocked everyone. And it's not only about Muslims. Actually, as Canadians, we are one family, right? We are part of one fabric. And you might have noticed that the way Canadians have responded, the government, the public figures, the leaders, the community people, regardless of their race, their religion, their color of skin, they all responded. Unlike our neighbors in the South, we Canadians are more multicultural. Multicultural. We have been able to recognize that we are gonna respond. We are not gonna be beaten by this virus of racism, discrimination, and we're gonna make sure that these kind of things do not happen. If you talk about a particular community, you can see that I come from a particular background. I'm a visible minority in Canada, and so are thousands of other people that come from the same background I come from. I have raised a family here that includes 6 daughters and a son. I have never felt insecure, and I'm sure I'm not gonna feel insecure um, ever in future if I'm in Canada. It's a great country to raise a family. There are no concerns as such. If one insane person has done something wrong, the whole country has responded that we are going to make it better. They passed a bill as well. They're trying to pass a bill. Of course, there are a lot of controversies surrounding it, the hate speech online, but we'll see how it goes. But everyone recognizes that we need to progress, and nations who recognize this are the nations that progress. So Canada is still a loving place, and we are all here. We are all welcoming people from all around the world, and it has the reputation of welcoming, embracing people of all color, race, and religions. So it is not like that, and everyone recognizes that one incident will not put us on back foot. We are there to welcome people. Hope that answers the question. Okay, let's take another question. And this one is coming from YouTube. I see a lot of people joining us from YouTube today.
Okay, so Buttstop wants to know if I have a 10-year ban in UK for obtaining a fraudulent passport. Does that disqualify me from applying to any country in the European Union as well, even after the Brexit?
Okay, so I can't comment on it because your question is about the European Union. I'm not familiar with the European Union immigration laws. Insofar as Canada is concerned, if you have been charged with a crime that falls under criminality or senior criminality, you might not be able to come to Canada unless you are rehabilitated. If a certain period of time has passed and you have applied to the Minister of Immigration for a pardon, no, not pardon, basically, you have applied for rehabilitation, that I have now been rehabilitated. Some crimes, of course, so there is no rehabilitation, and you will never be able to come, or maybe for an extended period of time. And that would actually render the decision of coming to Canada unuseful, anyways, right? So yeah, we can explore if your question is about Canada, you can always get in touch with us. We can explore the options available. We can give you a proper opinion, right? And we can advise you. Okay. I think there is another question coming from Ahmad, and I think I did answer what are the chances, so we can discuss those chances in a one-on-one consultation with you. And if you win today, that will be free, right? Ghulam Jalani has entered. Okay, so let's see. Harun is saying, do you have a TikTok account? Do we have a TikTok account?
Yes, we have a TikTok account. Of course, we have a TikTok account. And
Okay.
you can follow us at AIA Consulting.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think TikTok is gaining popularity, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there is another question, I guess, from Facebook.
So Uzma is saying, what about PNP programs? We have to be a little more specific.
Yeah, so there are several PNP programs, and under those PNP programs, there are several subcategories and several subcategories for skilled workers, subcategories for business immigration, for temporary workers, for students. So there are literally 80 plus programs. Um, and we have so many provinces: British Columbia, Saskatchewan, Alberta, Manitoba, Ontario, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick. So we need to hope I have not left out anything. Yukon, Northwest territories. So there are 10 provinces and 10 territories. We need to see which program would suit you. And naturally, we need to know your background, your educational qualification, your work experience, language skills. So we need to know all this, and we would do that free of cost for you when you provide us your details. Okay. Let's take another question from Pratap Basi. I think we just answer him, but we'll take one more question from him.
Okay, so 31 years of age, 2 years BCom, 2 years MBA HR, 4 years graduation assessment recently received, six each in IELTS, 8 years experience in HR, admin, and social worker. In which province we should apply PNP EE active profile with 338 score?
Yeah, so when you are on board with us, we basically work with you in order to identify the province. Now, when it comes to a question like that um, on a live session, we can't actually, we don't have the time to look into the eligibility criteria of each province, and we can't advise you efficiently in terms of choosing the province in a live session. What we always recommend is that you get in touch with our team. A caseworker is going to deal with you, and the caseworker is going to be part of a one-on-one consultation with me. So we will let you know based on that discussion as to which province you would be interested, you would be qualifying. Some provinces do require you to have a close connection, and it's surprising to know that a province, like for example, Manitoba, would say, even if you have a friend residing in Canada, we might consider them as a connection as long as they can support your settlement in Manitoba. So sometimes it's surprising to know that people, when they explore their list of acquaintances and friends and relatives, they find someone residing there, and suddenly they have become a good candidate for Manitoba. It's just an example. We might be able to explore other options for you. So I would recommend that you get in touch with our team, and we'll be happy to assist you. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Okay. And the hashtag for today's giveaway, once again, is AIA. Okay. Let's take another question from, and this question is from Sakina Bibi.
And Sakina is saying, I'm 25 years, have done BBA, have work experience of 2.1 months in branch banking operations. Can I apply?
Yeah, it's a good profile. You're a young candidate. You have BBA qualification as well. Suppose it is a 4 years bachelor's degree. The only thing that you're lacking right now is work experience. You have 2.1 months experience. I don't know what 2.1 month means, but two months experience. Um, and I believe you started your career just recently. You need to have at least 1 year of full-time paid and continuous work experience in order to meet the minimum requirement of work experience. If you don't have that, still, you will have to wait, gain experience, and then apply. Even with 1 year experience, sometimes it is difficult to meet the current requirements. I mean, in terms of the ranking points, but you might be a good candidate for a provincial program, maybe. We'll see, because you will qualify in the next 10 months' time. So hopefully you'll be getting in touch with us and our team, and we'll be happy to assist you. Okay, so let's take another question. Yes, Tabina, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining us. Okay, so let's take another question. Okay, so there is another question coming in, I believe, from Facebook.
So Muhammad Usman is asking, how can I apply on business base? Does he mean business visa?
Yeah, so if you're talking about temporary visa, of course, you can always apply for a visitor visa. But I'm assuming that you're talking about the business immigration option for business people. So most of the business program which are administered by various provinces, most provinces have their own business programs, and each province has its own criteria, but the basic requirement is the same in terms of net worth requirement, business experience requirement, and the investment requirement. So these three things are usually the same with varying amounts required. If you're applying, for example, for um, Manitoba, for example, or any other province in the prairie region, you would see that mostly they would say that you need to have a net worth of at least say around 400 to $500,000. This is the amount you need to have in the form of assets. You also are required to um, uh, demonstrate that you have business experience. You have uh, operated a business successfully, and you have the ability to invest money when you are allowed to come to Canada. So you need to have a very strong business plan, convincing business plan. And on the basis of that, if the officer is convinced, they would allow you to come to Canada, give you, in most of the cases, 24 months to establish the business. And once you have established the business, you have to apply for permanent residence. The minimum requirement to invest is usually around $200,000. It can be more. For example, in Ontario Immigrant Nominee Program, if you're establishing a business within the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area, the amount required could be as high as $600,000. So, but if you are establishing the same business outside GTA, the requirement could be around $200,000, right? So it will vary. You can get in touch with our team and we'll be happy to assist you. Just to remind you guys that if you have entered hashtag AIA, you don't have to enter it again. It doesn't matter how many times you enter, your entry would be counted as one, right? So if you've already entered, rest assured that you are there, okay? So let's see if we can take a few more questions. We are already 50 minutes into our presentation, and we usually run it for an hour. So we do have somewhere around 10 minutes or so. And yes, Imran, thank you. And we are looking forward for it. Let's see. We have a few more questions. In fact, we have several more questions lined up today, I believe. Um, okay, so let's take another question.
Amir Boss, I like your name. Hi, sir. I'm completing my PhD from South Korea. My IELTS score becomes like 7 all. Would you suggest me to go for express entry or should I join a postdoc position in Canada first and then apply for PR? Many thanks.
Yeah, I mean, it's totally up to you, basically. I mean, you can apply for a postdoc position, and while you're in Canada, you can apply for a PR under the Express Entry program. There is a there is a PhD program as well for PhD grads in Canada, who people who have actually graduated as PhD from Canada, but you're already a PhD holder from South Korea. So I think it depends on your plans, right? If you are interested in coming to Canada right away, maybe you can join a position in Canada. But if you want to apply for a PR, you will be creating your Express Entry profile. You will be waiting for the next draw to happen, and if you are selected, by the federal government or by the provincial government. Either way, you will be able to pursue your immigration application, which usually takes around a year or so, depending as to when you get your invitation to apply. Okay. Okay. Let's see. We can take more questions. There are several assessment questions which we may not be able to deal with fully, but we can do that once you complete the form. But Saad has a question, right?
Okay, Saad Chaudhry. He's saying he's 29, he's married, his brother has a PR in Canada, MPhil in CS, 8 years of experience, IELTS overall 6.5, and he has one daughter.
Right. So again, Saad, seems to be a good profile. You have MPhil in computer science. It's a good qualification. You have a brother living in Canada that gets you 15 extra points. Your IELTS is somewhat less. It is good IELTS, but there is a room for improvement. If you could improve it, that is going to improve your chances. You are also 29, so basically when you turn 30 you might lose some points, so might be a good idea to be get going as soon as possible, create your profile, be available for selection by at least provinces while you improve your IELTS. I would always recommend that you improve your IELTS, and we'll be happy to assist you. Complete our assessment form and we'll get back to you. Okay, let's take another question.
Okay, Farouk Nizam is saying, hello to all. For Masters in Data Science Analytics in Canada, through your consultancy, how much IELTS academic score should I aim for getting admissions easily? Please elaborate.
So Farooq, it depends on the university you are targeting. This IELTS criteria it's determined by the institute. So basically, you need to see what the requirement is for that particular course. Um, in my point of view, for a competitive course, usually the requirement is somewhere around 6.5 to 7, but it depends, right? So, the university website is the best source for you to find the exact IELTS score for you. Okay, so again, the hashtag is AIA for today's draw. That is going to happen in the next 5 minutes time. So let's see who wins today. Okay, Sayyid Arif is saying CCTV issues for Canadian citizens. No, we don't have that advice available. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let's take another question.
Okay, Talha Rashid is asking, hello, Amir Saab. I have more than 10-year experience of sales management, 36 years old, married with 3 kids, not appeared in IELTS. Please suggest options available for me.
So you need to appear in IELTS. That's the mandatory requirement. You have good experience. You are 36 years of age. Naturally, you're losing some points. We will be targeting PNP programs in your case, mostly skilled worker. You may not be getting the required points, but we'll see. I would suggest that you complete our assessment form for a no obligation free assessment, and it is available on our website www.amirismail.com. Okay, so do that, and we'll be happy to assist. Let's take another question very quickly.
Okay, so Mohammed Mehrab Hussain wants to know, okay, hello sir, I'm graduate engineer in chemical technology. I have 8 years of working experience in water and wastewater management. I'm 30 now. What is my chance of getting a visa and job there? Kindly advise.
Okay, so once again, Mirab, we will be able to make an assessment once you provide us your CV with job description and dates of employment, and that would be done through our website, our assessment form. Please complete it, and we'll be happy to get back to you within 2 business days with our opinion, and then from that point onward, you can get in touch with our team to proceed further. Okay. Another question.
Okay, Sat Chaudhry, 29, married, brother having PR in Canada, MPhil in CS, 8 years of experience, IELTS overall 6.5, one daughter. What should be the best way to get a Canadian PR?
I think we just answered that earlier, and the same answer that we need to be able to see your CV and form, so we can see that. Okay, so I'll give you this question again, Raja.
Okay. Is there any opportunity for kindergarten teacher in PNP program? Sadaf is asking.
Yeah, so we need to see. I mean, province. There are some provinces that do not have an occupation list at all. For example, Alberta doesn't have a list, a specific list. Ontario doesn't have a specific list. Saskatchewan does have an excluded list. So if your occupation is in the excluded list, then you don't qualify. Your occupation, if you, so basically it's a good news. When you look at the list and you don't find your occupation, you are in, right? PEI doesn't have an occupation list. British Columbia, um, if I'm not mistaken, Manitoba, all these provinces, they require you to have a close connection or a job offer. We don't really get a lot of inquiries for those provinces, anyways, because we know that our clients, who are usually in most of the cases based overseas, they don't have a job offer. So, yeah, um, there could be possibilities, and we can look into it. Okay, we have very few minutes left to run our uh, giveaway. So I think we might be able to run the giveaway and then continue with our questions. I don't know what would be the best strategy. We'll see. Let's take a few more questions very quickly when we have a couple of minutes left. So let's see.
So Farooq Nizam Areen says, plus, is it true that Canadian government hardly give admission for masters if the application is already postgraduate?
Okay, so maybe you are saying the visa, because the Canadian government doesn't give admission. The Canadian government issues visa. So if you have received, if you've secured admission, you apply for a visa. The visa officer assesses your student visa application. He sees what is your intention. If someone is already qualified at a certain level and then tries to get admission in a credential that is lesser than what they already have, it raises doubts that why don't you want to further your qualification? You are a master's degree holder, and now you're saying that you want to graduate again, you want to take admission in a bachelor's degree, right? So naturally it could lead to a refusal, so you have to be careful there. Okay, so let's take another one from Facebook this time.
Okay, Sabi, sorry, saying hello, sir. Hope you are fine and doing well. I have 18 years of education plus CMA finalist and have 6 years of professional banking experience. Currently working as manager trade finance. My age is 27. Am I eligible for any programs?
Okay, so again, the assessment, of course, it seems that you have a very, very good profile because you are young, you are below the age of 30, you have sufficient work experience already. You have, I believe, as you mentioned, you have 18 years of education, you have CMA, you are CMA finalist as well. Wonderful, wonderful profile. Um, it may stand good chances under the federal program as well, depending on other factors if they are contributing more toward your score, or you could stand a good chance in provincial program even. So if you complete our assessment form, we'll be able to make a pinpoint accurate assessment, and we'll be happy to assist you. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we can take a few more questions. Okay. So this I'm gonna Okay, so I think Hassan Raza is saying that there is no way for the person who has 14 years of education, despite having vast experience. It is creating problem for the majority in Pakistan. Any solution, please convey. So basically, in some countries, when you get your 14 years of education, it is labeled as bachelor's degree, which is the way the educational educational ranking system works in some countries. In reality, or in comparison to other countries, such as Canada, 14 years of education is not considered bachelor's qualification. So if for people who have already obtained bachelor's degree only with 2 years education after their high school, their best bet is to improve their educational qualifications, right? Or get a master's level qualification. There is no other way around. 14 years of education will get you lesser points for sure. And let's ask Rija, because she has actually um, um, received all her education in Canada. So, what is the educational system here in Canada? Can you explain very, very quickly? We have very less time, so just be very specific.
So basically, post-secondary system is very well organized here. Um, you don't really have to worry about your financial situation. You have to worry about getting that education because the government has a lot of not a lot of program. This one specific program called OSAP that helps you pay for your tuition while you're studying, and then of course, when you graduate, you could pay them back. But their main focus here is to get you your education, and so you have less to worry about and lesser to worry about your financial situation and how you're going to afford that education. Also, me being a Canadian myself and studying in Canada, I had the advantage over the international students where I paid lesser tuition fees in comparison to my colleagues that were um, not Canadians and we're just here for studying purposes. But I do believe that it's still worth it because that degree does hold a value, and there's a reason why people all around the world invest so much money in obtaining a Canadian education and getting the credentials that are recognized worldwide and have better future possibilities.
Okay, that's great. Very comprehensive. Um, you're welcome, Altaf. Okay, so let's take a few final questions before we go for our draw. For Connolly.
The Furqan is saying 33 and 3 months age, ACCA qualified member with 2 years of experience in ERNST and Young Pakistan as external auditor. I have also BS honors in applied accounting from Oxford Brookes University, 2 years of bleachers, bachelor's of
Bachelor's of
commerce.
Commerce, and he's got IELTS test as well,
Yes,
to his credit, right? So
yes.
let's see. So again, you have good experience. You have good. You expect to get good IELTS score as well, which is going to be 778. Reading, writing, speaking, listening. You have BSc honors in applied accounting from Oxford University and Bachelor of Commerce as well. So it's a very, very good profile, and we will be happy to make an assessment. Um, Seems to be that could be a good candidate for a provincial program like Alberta, maybe, or Saskatchewan. Uh, okay, so there is another question. Ali Raza is saying, question ignored. No, question is not ignored, Ali. It's basically we have limited time and we have lots of questions. So I apologize if I was not able to look at your question before. So, and thank you for asking it again. I appreciate that. Um, he's asking if he wants to go to Canada on multiple visit visa. Can he change the visit visa to work visa? Is it possible? No, it is not possible, Ali, to change your visit visa to a work visa. Thank you. Let's see. So I'm going to browse through the questions very, very quickly because we are already, um, so we have already surpassed our scheduled time. Atif Aziz is saying he's 32 years of age, 7 years of experience in IT industry. Does he need any bank statement for skill development program? If yes, then how much? So which skill development program are you referring to? I don't really know about that, Atif. Please send me an email about the program, and I will tell you about it. Okay, let's take another one. We have already answered Tabina, I believe. So you can always get in touch with us, Tabina. Okay, Harun is saying that he doesn't win a chance for Canadian visa. If he wins today, I would like $250 cash. That might be considered, or you might be able to refer us a few clients against that as well, right? So yeah, we can have a deal. Thank you very much for the appreciation, Tessin. Wonderful. Thank you. I appreciate it. No more hashtags. Okay, let's see. Okay, so hashtag. Okay, we just responded, I guess, to all of the messages today. Canadian PhD program. So Canadian education would always help you in getting more points. There is a separate Canadian PhD program as well. So I need to see if it is still valid. But Canadian education is gonna add value to your profile anyways, right? It gets you more points. It also um, helps you in qualifying for Canada Experience class that is specially designed for international students. So yeah, it's a very, very good option if you have the capacity to come to Canada and invest in your degree. While it is going to be a bit expensive, but it will be worth its while. It will pay you back, even if you don't stay here in Canada after graduating. If you go back to your home country, um, or anywhere else in Canada, Canadian degrees are recognized. I usually recommend people, especially mature students, to consider that option. If you have any permanent residence intentions in future, you have dual intent, you want to study now, but you want to immigrate in future, getting educational credential from Canada is always good. Okay, thank you very much, Amir. I'm looking forward to it. First session. Hope you had a very good experience with us. Septan is saying she wants to apply as a teacher. Yeah, you can do so. You can qualify. Um, Robin is saying any program for RN nurses. This is the same program, the federal program, and nurses are considered selected by provinces on regular basis. Alberta does it all the time. Other provinces do as well. We'll be happy to assist. Get in touch with our team. It will be wonderful to have you. We have Meno joining us. He says he's 28 years of age. She's 28 years of age. She has MBA in HR, and she would like to know if she applies for Canadian immigration, how long would it take, and can she get HR job without Canada experience? So I can't comment on that because as an HR person, you would know better than me that when you come to Canada as a new immigrant, you will not have Canadian experience. You will be struggling a little bit. A lot of people, when they come to Canada, they gain Canadian experience by working as volunteers, for example, or they start from a lower rung of the ladder, then they climb high as time goes by. So it may not be that easy, but I've seen a lot of people who land their first job as soon as they arrive. So you never know. It really depends on your strategy, the way you um, strategize. You start doing the spade work even before coming to Canada, getting in touch with the employers in Canada before you come here. So it might help, but in terms of immigration, it's a very good profile. You are young, you have the required qualifications, and I'm assuming that you are fluent in English as well. So yeah, you get in touch with us, and we'll be happy to assist you. Mahmoud Ali Mir is saying any expected date regarding border opening. I believe we don't really have an expected date, but I think it might be somewhere in September if 75-80% of Canadians are vaccinated. The border is still open for people who are exempt from border restrictions. So you might be exempt, but if you're not, then you have to wait. I'm browsing through the questions quickly. She has applicant of Ontario College after certification. Is it possible to move? So, September, if you remember, for the last few live sessions that you've been a good participant. I've asked you to get in touch with our team personally so that we can explore your options in greater detail and what options can you have. Okay. You're welcome, Sadaf. Okay. So I think it's about time for us to run our giveaway shortly. You're welcome, Lubna. Thank you for joining us today. Muhammad is saying, can you please advise if there are chances for regional nomination for computer engineer? Yes, there could be, because we see computer professionals getting selected all the time, right? By provinces. You guys are in good demand in Canada, computer people, right? Wonderful. So yeah, if you need to make an assessment, please get in touch with our team. On is saying he's 28, has done bachelor's, working as trade finance assistant in banking industry for the last 5 years. What are his chances? If you've done a 4 years bachelor's, if you're naturally you're 28, you're young, and you've got experience as well, 5 years already, good chances. But let's make an assessment, see how many points you are making. Someone is saying your live broadcast is interrupted, unfortunately. I can see you only a black screen, nothing else. Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't know, maybe it's an internet issue, but if everyone else is facing this problem, I apologize. But as long as you have our voice, if you can hear our voice, I hope that is helpful. Kashif is saying, can I call you now if you have time? Kashif, if you call me now, I will be in the middle of this live show. So yes, you can call us anytime. Other staff members will be happy to assist you. Office is operating. You can call us. Our numbers are available on our website, 416-913-0230. Are there any chances for accountants? Sayed is saying from banking sector in Alberta. There are good chances. The thing is, we can't say, because they select people directly from the pool. So we can't say whether you will be selected or not. It's not a guaranteed thing. You have to be in the express entry pool to be able to get selected by the province. Kashif is saying, no, you can do that even during this session. Other staff members will be able to assist you. They will take your call and they will schedule a consultation for you. They'll be able to help you. Okay, so I think I've already answered on. Let's see if we can take another question. Okay, so I'll take this last question, and then we'll run our giveaway, which is, let me just show you guys, giveaway, which is, so this is your last chance, guys. Enter hashtag AIA to be a candidate for this giveaway draw, and to have a chance to win this free consultation. We're gonna run it after this question. That's our last question. So Masood is saying he called today. He had a call today from one of the consultant, and he said that he can arrange sponsorship for multiple visits for him. And when he gets a chance, sponsorship, he'll inform him for biometrics. After that, so and so. So basically, he received a call and from a consultant who's giving him big promises. And I would always say that you need to check if the consultant is licensed or not. And there are so many consultants in the market. I think we did receive a few questions from our clients today regarding the local agents. So I think I'll conclude that. It's a good question, and that has prompted me to address that issue, that we are receiving a lot of questions from people about the local agents. Yeah. So I think, Faria, you had a question, right?
Yes. So the question that I had was
About
so
the local agent
yes.
asking you. Yeah. So I remember that. So let's do it quickly, because we
Mhm.
have a few people in the pipeline who always get in touch with us, and they ask the question that what about the local agents who claim to be very very experienced, and they say whether they can arrange some sort of jobs for us or not.
Yes.
uh, the thing is, when you deal with a local agent, you are basically at a risk of ruining your chances of immigration, because these people are not licensed, and the Canadian government is not gonna recognize your application, and as a result, it may lead to a refusal. So let's run our giveaway today, which is hashtag AIA, and let's see who wins today. So let me just share the screen with you guys, and when we come back after this short break. All right, so we are back, and we are gonna run our um, giveaway just now. Let's do that. Okay. So today is not very competitive, I guess. We have only 43 participants today, and who have entered hashtag. And as we run it, we'll see who wins it. Here we go. Hmm. Okay, so we have a winner. Her name is Dilsha Siraj Govani. So Dilsha Siraj Govani is our winner today. Um, Dilsha, our team in Toronto is going to get in touch with you and arrange your one-on-one free consultation. And those who could not win today, I encourage you to participate in our future draws, and maybe you could consider booking a one-on-one consultation if you find value in it. It would be paid, but at least you will be able to, uh, have good guideline from us. And whenever we arrange a paid consultation, it's always refundable if the client retains our services, anyways. But Dilsha has win today's giveaway, and as usual, we are gonna be live again next Friday. Please get in touch with our team in Toronto if you have any questions. We deal directly from Toronto. We do have sometimes liaison officers or middlemen. They come and go all the time, not a big deal. But it is always our team in Canada, me, myself, handling our cases personally. And we'll be happy to assist. We've been doing it for the last 30 years, 25,000 clients to our credit, and hopefully we could assist you as well as our client. So thank you very much for joining us today. And if we were not able to answer your question, I apologize. I request you to forward your questions to our email address, which is info@amirismail.com. And I'll show you let me just quickly show you our WhatsApp number as well. So it's easier for you to reach out to us. Let me just quickly show it to you. So the WhatsApp number is 647 with +1 as the country code. Then we have our email address as well, info@amirismail.com, or website, amirismail.com. Pleasure having you all today, and I wish you good luck and goodbye until next time. Thank you. Bye.